Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do a video on the Banks ram air intake and the 5-inch exhaust. The Banks has a good video on how to install it. I'm going to go through the install on this. It's pretty straightforward. I'll fast forward, not to bore you, but I'll give you any tips or tricks that I find. The reason I'm doing both is, with the ram air, Banks says it's 36% higher airflow than anyone, the largest on the market, and so that's good. It makes sense to me. You want to have more air going through the engine, but my thinking as well is more air going in, you want more coming out. So that's why I did the exhaust as well. So I got that installed, but I ran into an issue with the sensor getting it out. So I'll kind of address that in the video. And also I did show the DPF, what it looks like. And that's on the discharge side. So I showed that, and yeah, so it took quite a while to come. It took almost 3 months to get these two components. It was the ram air intake that was the delay. They held both items, or the exhaust, to wait for the ram air to ship. So that was a bit of a pain, but anyway, it is what it is. Gave me a little license plate holder for both, so I got two now. So a little bit of graft, some stickers. Anyway, I'm gonna get at the install here, and we'll see how long it takes. Should be pretty straightforward. Oh, the one other thing I wanted to mention is, before I get into it, is I want to run it and see how it sounds. I'm not sure how it's going to sound with the 5-inch exhaust, and it might be a little louder, which I'm okay with, because it was really pretty quiet. I had a 6-liter, and that thing was noisy. Go to a drive-through, I had to turn it off because it was too noisy. And that was part of the reason I did the intake, or the hood liner. And this is a 220. They don't make them past 2019, and so I did a video on that just recently, and the light on the 220 is over there, and the liner has a cutout here. And the weird thing on this is the light has to be flipped around, so I don't know if there's a mercury switch in there or something, but I just kind of drilled a hole for a tab and then just flipped the light, because they actually have a separate part number for the light. And what I've been able to come up with is the reason the light's down here is probably cheaper, less wire, but also the fuse box is here for your outfitter switches. So I'm thinking that's maybe the reason why they had the light here versus up here, but I moved it up here just because it was cut out and already. So anyway, just a little something there. Okay, let's get after it. Okay, let's start to take this thing apart. Should be fairly straightforward. Probably time lapse it so it's goes a lot quicker for you guys. And well, that comes out pretty easy. So we'll have to transfer this over, and the mass airflow sensor. Let's put that on the ground. What's the filter look like? Oh yeah, fairly dirty. Not too bad. I usually inspect it and blow it out with air compressor. I get more life out of it that way. Some crud in there. nut down there. So I'll have to get the right nut driver. I didn't read the instructions, so I'm just taking it apart on my own. Okay, so one screw holding the thing in. So that comes out pretty easy. And I see some rat poop or mouse droppings in here. Hope they're not chewing on any wires. That would be a bit of a disaster. But yeah, not much you can do about that. Everything else looks pretty clean. Yeah, no issues. Okay. Oh, the other thing I went with, which may be a little different, I went with the dry filter. So that's something that's just a little easier to maintain, being a dry filter instead of the oiled one. Looks like the same media as a wet one, so looks like potentially you could oil it if you want. Really looks like the same type of filter material. I had the K&N material, or K&N kit. So anyway, that's the filter I went with. So I'll put that there. And how this guy goes down. Here it goes down, something like that. Probably have to take that bracket off because it doesn't look like we need it. I just wanted to show you the airflow sensor. It's directional, and if you put it in the wrong way, the bolts don't line up, so you can't screw up. Anyway, that's the way it's supposed to go. Filter in there. So just little tip. They don't really show that in the instructions, but anyway. Okay. You want to use screws, short screws that they supply instead of the factory ones, are the ones that came in the other intake. Straightforward. So you got the air minder in there. There's the banks, so it goes that way. Go like that, I guess. And this intake should go like so, I would say. And then that goes down first. Flips down. That's pretty straightforward. Put this guy on before I get too far. Almost done. Pretty easy install. Curious to how it's going to sound. It's going to be a lot different. A lot louder. We'll hear a little bit more turbo whistle, which will be okay. I like that sound. And then the exhaust. I'm really curious on how that's gonna sound. I've watched a few videos, guys doing the exhaust, but so it's hard to tell in a video if you hear it for yourself on your own machine. It'll sound better than through a video. Okay. What's the trick here? Come on. Just want to go on there. Okay, try it this way. There. Okay, that was a little easier. And then feed it under here. That's maybe an easier way to do it. There we go. Come on. Get on there. Okay, come on. There we go. Wants to fight you a little bit. But she's on. Oh yeah. Got a real rat problem or mouse. I'll show you where they're sitting, or their droppings anyway. Okay, so that both clamps up. That looks like that goes there. Okay, this is gonna go underneath. That's the sensor. Okay. Okay, that looks like how she's gonna go. So let's get these turned to a better spot so I can get it after. There we go. That's better. Doesn't need to be super tight. Just hand tight. Okay. Put it on the top. There. It'll be easier to. There. Okay. Yeah, it's got a good fit. Okay. That's it. Essentially installed. This goes over top. Okay. That's pretty straightforward. So the long bolts here, obviously. And should have a bigger screwdriver. I'll tighten those up. So there's not much magic there. The long bolts on the front. Like so. And the shorter ones here. Now I got a little blood. You're not doing a good job if you're not bleeding when you're done. So yeah, toughens you up. Okay, come on, get in there. A little bit of manipulation here. Come on, get in there. There we go. Just gotta, it's just plastics, so you gotta mess with it a bit. Get them all started before I crank them down too much. Come on, maybe this is lined up since that one's lined up. Okay, maybe not. What's going on? Great. Don't drop your screws. Okay. Of course, it didn't come through. Isn't that fun? Okay, now we gotta take it apart so I can get at the screw. Okay, I'm gonna stop the video because you don't need to see me redoing this. Okay, we're kind of in the short strokes here. I found that screw. Went down between the fender and the framing there. So that was a pain. But got that on. Tighten up the 2 clamps. Pretty straightforward. Just tighten up these screws. And they're tight. Got the grommet here for the front snorkel. Put that back in. Of course, that wants to fight a little bit. Come on. It's not lined up perfectly. Some of these ones that you just gotta pull the center out. Don't have the right tool here. Should have like a blade, flat screwdriver. Okay, come on. There, it's just one of those guys. Put that in. There we go. And that'll secure that. Okay. So it says put a little bit of Loctite on the screws for the window. Just break that sucker off. And the banks, well, I guess the raised letters go up like so. Just put a little dab will do ya. I'll do those, and then this goes in the threaded part here. It looks like it's for a bolt, but it's just this tie wrap, and the plug goes this way. Oh, it's pretty close to that hose. There, snaps in. Yep, she's locked good. And I'm just gonna leave that there in case if I sold the truck and wanted to put the stock back on, I could. It's not gonna hurt anything. There, I'm not gonna go really tight, just leave it so it can kind of move around, because when you're pulling this off, the plug can actually still go through that. You want to pull the whole thing off, so that's maybe a little trick or tip. Leave it like that so the plug can go through the end and it's going to come off of here. Easier than pulling that out. I think it'll be easier. So that's garbage. Do this. Okay, I'm not going to bore you guys with that. That's all I have to do is just put the rest of these on. Okay, I wanted to show you a couple things. Okay, so that's the install. Pretty straightforward, a little bit of fooling around, dropping the screw in the fender there. That was pain. Anyway, yeah, see, most turds. And back in there, some turds. And yeah, hopefully you're not chewing any wires. That's all I care about. Anyway, just show you, there's my battery tender. I've been using those in my cars for years, and it really works well to keep the battery conditioned, and it's always got a full charge. So check those out. Nice spot for it in there. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to show you was that big ass tip. This thing is a monster. Probably a little big for my liking, but it'll work. It's fine. So it's 8 inches by 6 inches. So 8 by 6. But doesn't look too bad. Probably need bigger wheels. Makes my wheels look tinier. They're just stock size. I'd like to go to a wider one. Anyway, that's another day, another video. But yeah, 5-inch exhaust. So when I get the sensor that I'm waiting for, the PM11, which is a particulate matter sensor, it's the last one in your exhaust. And once I get that from Ford, I'll put it in and run it, and we'll see how she sounds. Finally got my Banks order come in. Took forever. Ordered it in December. It's now February, so a few months. Very, very slow. So this is for the Monster exhaust. I ordered a couple other things, so they're kind of holding the order for the other things I ordered. That's partly why I was delayed. So if you ordered one of these from Banks now, you probably won't have to wait. Anyway, let's open it up and have a look. Okay. Man, this is huge. 5-inch exhaust. It's big stuff. Yeah, that's huge. Looks bigger in person than it did online. So, let's throw in a little graft, if you will. Instructions, new gasket, that's good. Clamps. This will be here's the first pipe, which I'll have to cut. So this is 4 to 5. So I think, yeah, I'll have to measure it to what I have the short box, so I'll probably have to cut it around here. Anyway, so there's that piece. And then this guy with the bung here, for the sensor. So that's all pretty straightforward. And this would be the tip. I ordered the chrome tip. I like chrome. My truck's got a fair amount of chrome on it already, so that's what I ordered. Let's see. Well, kind of bigger than I thought too. Yeah, well, thing's massive. But it replaces the two, the stock ones. So looks good. There's Banks stamped on it. Nice chrome tip. Go just like that. Yeah. So there we go. Got it all unboxed. So then we'll get on trying to take off the other one. I'm gonna soak some of the bolts. I don't have any PB blaster. I just have a WD-40, so hopefully that works for me. So I'll get after that. Okay guys, I'm just underneath the truck here trying to get everything undone. And I can't get this sensor, I can't even see it here. I can't get the sensor out. It's a PM11. And I'll just show you here. This challenge. Okay, here's where the sensor goes.
This is under the back of the truck. It goes like this, plugs in there, and has a little cover that goes over top of it. It just pushes on those tabs. So you pull the cover off and you get at your P11 sensor. And I'm gonna try and get that plug out so I can get a wrench around the sensor itself because it's stuck. So I'm gonna pull the whole exhaust down and be able to get at that. So the Banks video showing how to do this is pretty simple. I'm gonna get at these bolts here, and then the whole thing should drop. The other bolts came off easy, or they're loose. Those ones there, they're loose, but it's that sensor up there I can't get off. Tried putting heat on it and I just can't get it. So I'm gonna drop it and then get it down to where I can get at it easier and get a better wrench on it. So stay tuned. Okay guys, I got this out and put a pipe wrench with a snipe on it, and it just, this thing was in there so tight, it just, yeah, I put heat on it, and as you can see, it just screwed up the sensor. So I'm gonna have to buy a new one, and it goes into the new pipe. So this is, I don't know how much these cost, but will this focus? There we go. So okay, that's the part number. Hey guys, the install's coming along. Not much to really show. If you watch the Banks install, it shows everything. I'll show you some issues and tips that I've found, but I just wanted to show you what my DPF looks like. Looks brand new. 95,000 kilometers, clean as a whistle on the back end. It's the front of the truck. So I haven't done the weight loss, but anyway, that's what it looks like. So looks, like I say, brand new. Got a sensor on order because I couldn't get that one off, as I already said. 127 bucks, so I didn't think that was too bad. Anyway, I'll continue with the install and let you know what else I run into. It's chewed away, so I'd have to press these out, bang them out, put new studs in. But these ones, I'm just gonna try and be gentle with them. I could always, this other end obviously is less heat. You can see these are fine, no corrosion at all. So I could potentially bang these out or press them out and use these. So anyway, just wanted to show you that. Here's the part number. So it took 2 days to come in, and hopefully you can see that well. 125 bucks with tax, or 127, so pretty inexpensive. And yeah, it comes also pre-lubricated, the threads. I was wondering what kind of pipe dope or whatever I was going to put on there so that you know, it doesn't get welded in there like the factory one did. So let's see here. It's always fun with one hand, right? Okay. So, oh man. Okay, so here it is. Oh, there's a bunch of specs here. What's that? I don't know if you can see that. So it looks like it's a Bosch. I don't know if you can find anything cheaper on eBay or Amazon. But anyway, that's that. And this is what I'm talking about. On the threads here, there's a little bit of pipe dope. So, okay, we're gonna get this installed. Okay, I've got it tied in. Now you can see it back over there. But yeah, it comes with these tie wraps on it. I have to drop the tire to get this on. So this, oh, it's got to go over top of the cross member, like so. Push that in. I could probably. It's always fun doing it. One hand. You guys can see this. There, clipped in. Some of these sensors after a few years isn't a bad idea to replace them. Anyway, this little cover. There. So, yeah, conductors on tight. Okay, so there we have it. I'm just gonna wind the tire up, and then it's gonna start this guy up, and whoops, and we'll see what she sounds like. Okay, we're gonna do the start here. I'm just standing outside, so I'll do the remote start, and actually I gotta do it with my phone. Okay. Hardly hear the exhaust at all. I think she sounds the same. Yeah, I can hear it sucking more air off the ram air. Definitely I can hear that. So just going inside. Oh, got it locked. Where's my keys? Shoot. There they are. Yeah, the exhaust doesn't sound any louder. Can't believe actually how quiet it sounds. We'll go inside and we'll rev it a bit. Okay, so we're inside. No codes, so that's good. Oh yeah, I can definitely hear the turbo. Yeah, turbo, definitely louder. The exhaust, I'd say, is a little louder, but it's not obnoxious. It's a nice sound. Definitely seems like there's more power. It just, yeah, it sounds good. I'm gonna be, oh, turn that off. Yeah, so first impressions are a little noisier on the turbo, which don't mind. Just a little throatier on the exhaust, but not obnoxious, not overly loud. Yeah, so far I think it's great. First impressions is it's good. No issues whatsoever.